Hello Blade Riders, welcome to another episode of Dread Skates. The weather is getting colder, I'm getting older, and you, dear audience, of course, as always, are absolutely fabulous. In this episode, we're going to be taking a look at some of the latest riding gear from Onsra, a company you may or may not have heard of, who's primarily known for their line of high-end electric skateboards. And together we ask the question, can riding gear be more than just functional? Can it be, dare we say, stylish? Well, we're gonna answer that question together right after this quick intro. The gloves, or maybe before we start talking about the Onsra gloves, we need to talk a little bit about these gloves, more specifically my previous collection, which has just been kind of this Goldilocks search to replace my original almost 5-year-old pair of Flatland 3D gloves, which are definitely showing their age and kind of coming apart at the seams now. So I was thrilled that there is a half finger length option in the Onsra lineup, so naturally in my testing I gravitated towards those. With that out of the way, let's get into it. So both the short and long finger options feature integrated protection in the form of nylon pucks in both the palms. And for the straps, Onsra has opted for semi-fixed ripstop nylon strapping, which, as opposed to elastic, won't lose tension over time and makes the gloves fit very snug and securely. Under the wrist straps, there is also an additional foam pad to provide protection during a slide out or crash. And there's also a pad on the side of the thumb for additional side impact protection. Both styles include integrated knuckle guards as well as half-length thumb and pointer fingers for better throttle handling and grip. Onsra has decided to use synthetic leather in all of their gloves and also opted to not include the standard Kevlar lining that we're used to seeing in most PEV gloves, which makes these gloves a fair bit more dexterous than most and don't require an extended break-in period. Okay, impressions. So if you want a quick answer on these, the option to have full length or fingerless is a huge plus for me personally, and the decision to keep the thumb and pointer fingers half length on the race option shows that little extra attention to detail that I feel is lacking on a lot of other manufacturers. They also have a slick, low profile look that I personally vibe with. So as always, there is a little bit of room for improvement. So specifically, my critique here is with the race gloves. Now, when you're marketing a product towards performance or track riding, I think for everyday use, it's debatable whether or not you need Kevlar or additional abrasion protection, particularly like if you're in that 20 to 30 mile per hour range. I think the gloves will do well enough. However, if we're talking about high speed, high impact track use, I really think having leather over synthetics and the Kevlar liner is an absolute must here. So I'd love to see that revision down the line. For me personally though, it's not a huge deal breaker. Moving on to the wheels, the Tarmaxes are 100 millimeters in diameter, feature 76A durometer, and have a Kegel style offset core, as well as comes standard with 10 millimeter sealed Japanese NSK machine bearings. Tarmax features a offset hollow core design, which makes the outer edges of the wheel slightly squishy and helps mitigate some of the roughest road conditions while remaining decently grippy while carving. Again, if I had to put a number on this, it'd be an 8 out of 10. These wheels are just absolutely beautiful straight out of the box with that super saturated, transparent ice blue color, and was overall impressed with the comfortable and controlled ride profile that these provided, even compared to the softer 115 millimeter stock rubber wheels that the BC3 normally comes with. My main critique being that specifically while I was testing these on the Black Carve 3, the turning felt a little more narrow, a little more stiff than I'm accustomed to. So worth noting that you will need to get additional standard sized 8mm bearings if you're planning on using these with any other boards, as Onsra uses a slightly larger axle. On the plus side though, they are the standard Kegel style pattern course, so these should work with most boards that have that pulley type. Also, big asterisk, I am not a high-speed slide king, despite what my Instagram may have you thinking.
You're a phony!
So I'm definitely not pushing these wheels as hard as I could in terms of performance. So if you want to get a full deep dive on these wheels and you're thinking about picking them up for yourself, I'm going to have a link down to Fred, aka eSkate Unity, and Drew Elias videos down in the description there. So definitely check that out after this video so you can make a decision if you're thinking about picking these up for yourself. Hello, we've reached that part in the video where I have to beg you, the gods of relevance, for validation. That's right, if you made it this far and you're not already subscribed, think about subscribing and turning on notifications, and maybe hit one of those fingers and leave a comment. Every little bit helps. All right, let's get back to the video. The Ultralight features a level 2 flexible spine pad and level 1 shoulder and elbow pads, and also has wrist zippers and dual chest pockets. Jacket also comes in any color you like, as long as that color is black, which honestly I think works out well here. I do really dig Onsra's kind of minimal, not in your face branding with this jacket. Onsra's emphasis on making this jacket lightweight and breathable make this a really attractive option for being a new permanent addition to my daily ride gear. I also like how they opted for cotton instead of full synthetics like a lot of other manufacturers do. One of the big things with gear is how comfortable it is and how much that makes you like to wear it on a regular basis. And I think Onsra's really nailed that with their choice of materials here. So another quick side note here, the sizing does run small on these jackets, so if you're considering one for yourself, I would definitely size up. I'm about 6 foot and 170 pounds and normally rock a medium. Onsra sent a large, and this thing fits me like a glove, so keep that in mind when ordering. Overall, I really love the fit and finish of this, especially how it feels. It's a bit on the light side, which means that for the summer months, it's gonna be great, but for the winter, you're probably gonna have to layer this up with something, and it's thin enough that I think you could definitely get away with throwing an overcoat on this. There are some trade-offs here. Most notably, the Ultralight only offers level 1 pads and doesn't have that Kevlar lining. So that makes the Ultralight kind of exclusively for casual riding, at least for me personally. And with that, does Onsra's gear live up to the hype? There's definitely some areas where I could see them improving a little bit, but I think Onsra have a good core lineup of comfortable and approachable protection options for all types of riders at a very competitive price point. As always, that's just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Stay safe out there, Blade Riders. Peace. Another side note here, Onsra's sizing does run a little the Ultralight. Killing me here. Oh my God.